And 5, 4, 3.
Hello and welcome to another test shot practice run in the Grandscape studios. I'm Sarah Curley, and in studio here with none other than Andrew Weim. How's it going, Andrew?
It is going great. Good to be here, having fun, doing some test shots.
Yes, we are. Today we are excited to introduce, we've got two very special guests. One who is our at-home correspondent, none other than Sarah Strackhouse, aka Mama Bear. What are you making there, Sarah? Look at that baby.
I'm making some tea using this lovely mug that I just got from my teammates over at Real News PR, and I'm obsessed with it and appreciative.
So what is there? Is it hot chocolate? Is it tea? What'd you make?
The hot chocolate is going to be my treat later this evening.
Yes, ma'am. And then who else do we have here? Do we have Mr. Josh Hart? Let's see.
On the road.
He's on the road again. On the road again.
There we go. Traveling down live. Wherever news happens, I will be there. A man on the street.
He will be the news.
Listen, Josh, it wouldn't be a test shot without you, okay? We had to incorporate you and Strax to make sure that we get these shots right in the studio. So let's toss it back to Sarah. I want to just check her audio. I won't talk over her this time. I just got really excited when I saw her beautiful face on the screen. Let's go back to Sarah. Where'd she go?
Sorry. I probably have to talk so it pops up, huh?
So I do want to, let's go back to her behind me on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And then should we sometimes direct our clients to like acknowledge them or like behind, or always just talk straight? How does it look on camera to be like
always straight ahead?
Always straight ahead.
Yeah.
Hi, Sarah.
Next to you on the,
That's okay. So see, the thing is, it looks like you're talking to me, so I like it.
Okay. So
when you stare straight ahead.
What is the viewer experience if I look into the camera and I say, "What are we making today in your kitchen?"
Oh, yeah, I like that because it seems like you're talking to me.
Okay,
I will tell you what my little snack tray is.
Your snack tray?
I have some carrots. I ate most of it already, but I have carrots, a little bit of peanut butter. I have a Larabar. They are amazing. And I have some grapes. I also had some turkey pepperoni and a cheese stick. And now I have some tea.
Yum, how healthy. I'm really impressed. You know, when I was pregnant, I was craving Oreos and all the sweets.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I've had my fair share of those too. I have a lot of those. This happened to be a healthier afternoon snack.
Josh, I've got to ask you, when Rachel was pregnant, did you have any cravings? Did you have any sympathy cravings? I think we've lost Josh. Well, I have heard that men gain not only sympathy, weight, but they also have sympathy cravings because they're going through the pregnancy a little bit differently than the woman is, but they are there for all the emotions, all the things, and it's just kind of sweet in the same time where it's like, that they're going through that roller coaster. Has Fred had any interesting cravings or any interesting, good job? Well, yeah, or the dogs, any interesting adjustments in the household while you've been pregnant?
I swear they know. Let me turn this around so you can see. You know? You know what's going on?
What's up, friend?
You know there's a baby coming?
Aww.
You know there's a baby?
Says little brother. Hi, friend.
You know too? Do you know there's a baby coming?
Look at them. They're vibrant colors.
They're protecting you on either side.
I know. No, they have been extremely clingy. They know something's up. I just don't think they know what it is.
That's so sweet. Aww.
They're never far behind me.
Sarah, we are so excited for you. We want to see the baby room. Can we peek in the nursery? Can you show us a little tour while we have you?
Go. Turn this around so you can actually. Let me turn the lights on so that we're not walking in darkness here. And upstairs we go.
The house is so beautiful.
Wow,
it is just picturesque.
We need to put a railing here, but Look
at those gorgeous hardwood floors. Oh, the nursery is right when you walk in. Perfect. Let's peek. Oh my gosh, look how pretty. Okay, I'm not gonna squeal too much for our audience. I am just jumping up and down with excitement. Look at this. Sarah. Oh.
Yeah, we made a little scrapbook. Well, I.
Oh,
And I thought that was so cute. So Fred bricks and oil, and kind of good night moon, but a good night oil.
that is so awesome. Look who's there. Hi, friends.
No,
Dogs love the car.
Oh, we got Josh Hart back. Keep going, Sarah. It's okay.
All right. I'll just stay quiet. Got it.
We asked you all about your pregnancy cravings when, not your
some
pregnancy cravings, but your wife's, but
The crib.
look at the crib. Oh my gosh.
Changing table. We finally just put our maternity photos up.
Zoom in real close on those. Let's see. I see a little bit of backlighting. Let's go a little close. Sarah, those are
Love
gorgeous.
those.
Thank you.
Oh. Now I understand you went to the Arbor Hills nursery. Nursery's on my mind. The Arbor Hills Nature Preserve. Is that where you went for those maternity pictures,
Yes.
Cheyenne?
Yes, and I actually used a photographer that you know very well, Cheyenne Morris, and she was wonderful. Let me tell you, I cannot believe how packed it was in that place. Literally everyone was taking like engagement or baby photos. Like we had to keep waiting for people to pass by taking the photos.
Yes, the Arbor Hills Nature Preserve in Plano is gorgeous. There's all these nature trails, and then there's like little, pockets of kind of a forest backdrop or a field or rocks or
Yeah.
a beautiful bridge. There's just everything there. So that's where I had my engagement pictures.
I
fun.
think actually that's why we chose it out there.
Really?
Because I remember your engagement photos being so gorgeous, and I remember asking her if she'd ever done anything in Arbor Hills, and she was like, "Oh yeah, like I'll show you where." And I was like, "Oh, perfect."
Perfect. Oh my gosh. Sarah, are you in the rocking chair right now?
I am. So I got a rocking chair. So it rocks here, but then it also, let's see if I can show this.
Oh my gosh,
Also
this is so
a recliner.
fun. Yes, Mama.
Oh, sorry, boys. And then it goes all the way back.
There we go.
All the way back. Josh, do you guys have one of those still? I know Harvey's a little bit older.
We never had a rocking chair.
I never had one either, and I just know how much I was severely lacking on the rocking chair. Because I want an adult one. I just want to rock back and forth in a rocking chair. They're so nice. I'll fall asleep in one tonight.
Yep.
We did all the feedings either from bed or from the living room because she wanted to watch TV and she had a whole like changing station all out there too. So she just kind of did it from there. We didn't actually go into the nursery for the first 5 or 6 weeks.
Really? So you decorated
That's-
it
so-
to the wire and then
Okay,
painted on
that's
it.
interesting that you say that because I think I need. Someone else was telling me that, and they were like, "You should move the rocking chair into the bedroom." Is that true?
And that's where the baby stays.
It kind of depends on
So
your preference,
are you
I think.
gonna get up from your bedroom and go into the thing just to do the feeding when the baby's in the bedroom? No.
I mean, I assume not at the beginning, right? Here, I'll show you what we have in the bedroom. We have like
I'm
a
not
little.
trying to tell you how to do your thing, but
But
No,
Josh is
I
the
mean,
baby
hey,
expert.
we are first-time parents. Any advice would be greatly appreciated.
As she's getting
I'll
this
show you
set
what we
up.
have here.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. I just can't wait
Yeah.
to like be able to do a little correspondent video back and forth after you've gotten plenty of rest. But holding that little baby in that rocking chair. It's like here was the before, here is the after.
Yep.
That'll be
Yeah.
fun. If you'll last. That'll be last.
Me just lounging out with a big belly right now.
Let's see the side view. I want to see. Give us
The belly?
Give us a twirl. Let's see that baby. Oh. Oh.
He's ready.
He is ready. So how many weeks are you right now?
30. Let me see. As of tomorrow, I'm 39 weeks.
Yay! Oh, so close.
Crazy. So crazy.
Well, we love you so
The studio
much.
looks awesome up
Do
there.
you
It really
like
does.
Let's go to that creative shot real quick.
Ew.
Okay, so here's a creative shot. I've seen them doing news. Now, I know that I don't look as clear, but even if it was like a countdown of the 3, 2, 1, this is an alternative shot that, has a little blur in the background, kind of like that work.
I love that.
Feel. Isn't that kind of interesting? So I want to be able to show that and see, hey, what do we think? But I think there's some white lines that outline me that need to be adjusted actually on the viewfinder. And then let's go back to Wyme's shots. There he is. And here's his shot. I think it looks
me.
great. How
Yeah.
would we adjust this one, Sarah?
Well, there's stuff in the background here that we should get rid of. That's just
Yeah.
But
Yep.
We're a little
on that
self-conscious
side.
of that. But overall, like, he'd look right into the camera and talk. Go
if
ahead.
you want me to look right into the camera, we should move this.
Okay.
So I can kind of.
I was gonna say the only thing would be to raise the camera so it's a little higher than eye level.
Look at Josh's
If the power
eyes.
goes away.
Hey, Josh, how far away are you, buddy? Where are you at?
WYA.
Oh, outside of Shields. Yay! He's so close. Okay, well then, let's do a GoPro shot to show him walking up. And we'll just hang on here until he gets here.
Here he comes.
Look at this.
Yes.
Sarah, isn't this crazy where we're at? We're like right in this fun mixed retail shopping experience with the restaurants. It's a lot of fun over
Sorry,
here.
I kinda
Now it's a
like-
little cold outside. I've now in rotation. I've got every color of turtleneck available. Well, we don't have
That
to hang
guy
on that shot
picks it
for
up.
too long. It's going to take him a little bit.
Well, I love that I can see him walking and then see. I feel like I'm gonna see him walking up here in a second, right?
Yeah, well, it's going to take the distance between us and the parking lot is actually a good half
3 to
mile.
4 minutes. Probably not half mile.
Really?
Maybe like a quarter mile. Yeah.
Okay, let's bounce through some of these cameras before he gets here. Let's go back to this
Bounce.
shot. Okay, so this is, am I looking right into the camera from here? And this is where I'm introducing my guest. How's it going? Sarah Curley here. So excited to introduce my guest here, Sarah Strackhouse, mama to be. She's pregnant. She is 39 weeks. We are so excited to take a peek inside the nursery, perhaps a little peek inside her life there with her sweet dogs and everything she's got going on. So that's the tease that's coming up here next with Real News Communications Network. Don't go away.
Ooh.
Man, that bird's eye looks good.
Yeah, not bad. Those,
I like
know
that
we got
creative
some cleaning
shot.
up
So
to
then
do,
she's
but
in
looks
the
good, though.
viewfinder.
yeah,
overall.
your zip ties will kind of fix most of that problem.
We can probably. The other thing is we can probably contrast on VMix to up that a bit.
Okay, let me go ahead and do that real quick. Would that be in color adjust or color key? Cool.
Should be adjusted.
Interesting. Okay.
We have the black stretch. We also have the white. Nope, we don't want to do that. That kind of helps us a little bit.
In 30, 29, 20.
Yeah, there you go.
This is a fun view, though, of the outside interior, or the outside of this. This is a fun outside of the studio experience. This is a fun outside of the studio experience here. We've got Josh, our roving reporter, walking furiously down the trail to the Grandscape studio here. He can't be late for his show. He's got Words of Whiskey coming up next here. You know, we've got, there he is. We are so excited. Coming up on the show will be Words of Whiskey.
With Mr. Josh Hart walking down, strut for us. This is your fashion show debut.
Hair is flowing in
Yes.
the wind. Look at those curls bouncing.
Strut, strut, strut.
Chart, ladies and gentlemen, holding the man bag. Do we call it a purse? It's a briefcase.
Oh, we have
It's none
fun
other
here.
than the
We
original.
have-
Just keeping your seat warm for you, sir. Please come around, come around. Bird's eye view here, come around. And here's the IFB ear juices.
Let me just get out of your shot, sir. So sorry about that.
Oh, God.
Okay, now we're gonna
Feedback,
set up
feedback,
for Words of
feedback.
Whiskey.
Hey, it's Josh from Real News PR. Hope you're having a phenomenal evening. I am having a great one as well. I am here talking with myself. Oh, is this the end of the Word of Whiskey show? Oh. Hey guys, it is Josh. Welcome to Word of Whiskey. I am your host for the day. Lots of things in store. None of them fully buttoned up, so the wheels will come off at any given time. Drinking Words of Whiskey, 4 people, 1 remote, 2 in studio. Let's go. Words of Whiskey.
Yeah.
Okay, let's check everybody's levels and find out what you all had for breakfast, starting with Weimerstier.
I actually didn't have breakfast, which is a common answer on Junior's show. A lot of guests don't have breakfast, apparently. I am up too early to have breakfast because it throws off the rest of my eating day. So I usually just wait to have lunch.
And Josh Hart, what did you have for breakfast?
I had Buffalo Trace. My name is Josh Hart. For breakfast, I had myself a cup of coffee.
Ooh.
Go ahead and make some eye contact with the camera when you're telling me what you had for breakfast. Thank you.
I had a cup of coffee and a nice, that's all I had was a cup of coffee. Then I came here and had some more cup of coffee. And then about 11 o'clock or so, I was getting kind of hungry, and luckily, Sarah got 2 cups of soup. She does it normally. She has her now soup, and then she has her to-go soup. But she didn't like the soup this much. It wasn't the same kind of soup.
But it's her favorite soup.
I got her second favorite soup hand-me-down to me. I don't think...
There was a lot of chicken.
Wednesday is not your soup day. It's Thursday or Friday is your soup day.
Although
it has mushrooms in it.
This is a very big oversight because
Yeah.
I called out everybody and I said,
It's soup day! Yeah.
It's soup day. Hey,
It's not.
I'm going to bring you a lot of business.
she told the person behind that counter it was her favorite soup probably 15 times.
Yeah.
Within a minute.
She's like, we just made this soup today for the first time. No.
It's my favorite.
My favorite. You don't know.
She had committed to it at that point.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
She couldn't back down.
Sarah Strackhouse, what did you have for breakfast, my dear?
I had a bowl of cereal. I had the Chex cereal, and then I also had a protein shake with banana, collagen, peanut butter, and almond milk.
Doesn't that go in your lips?
Am I not on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. No, it doesn't just go on your lips. Collagen is just like to help improve like skin elasticity, stuff like that. It also helps with your skin and nails and stuff like that, but you can inject collagen into places to bolster it. But no, it's just a helping aid. What'd you say?
What places would one put collagen injections?
I do think people do it in their lips. I actually don't really know. I think some people can get stuff here. I don't know if that's collagen or if that's something else.
Botox, right? Don't they do that?
You can't get Botox here
They call it
apparently.
fillers. Okay, I think we're ready to go, guys. She's a little loud. Do you hear? Talk again, Sarah, real quick.
So you're gonna.
How do I bring her audio down just a pinch?
You would move her the VMix slider down, I believe.
Oh, I found the shortcut keys again. Here are the shortcut keys.
For most of them, except for Strackhouse, because she is not a shortcut key.
All right, Josh, I'm going to stop.
So what? So you're sis.
Well,
Who's ready?
I don't know if you want to hear about it.
Of whiskey coming on the show. Coming in, pro shop hot. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
there we go. We got there. Welcome to the first episode of Words of Whiskey in the new Grandscape studio. I am your host, Josh Hart. Have lots of great guests today, including 1 remote And one here live. We have Andrew Weimenschnier.
Close.
Dang it. Weimer's gear.
Yep.
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 And Sarah Strikehouse. So,
Wait, let me give her a shot.
dear God.
Ready?
Dear God. And there she is. All right. So today we're going to be drinking some Buffalo Trace. Obviously, Sarah is not going to be having any of that, but she can be asking questions and learning about the process along the way. This is Words of Whiskey, Whiskey 101, Words with Josh. Lots of words, lots of whiskey, lots of me. Here we go.
Wait, aren't I supposed to get you? Wait,
God, Cam.
what
God,
are we
Cam.
drinking today?
We are drinking Buffalo Trace. Wow. The handoff.
I'm right there. Made of real buffalo.
Until
Excellent.
it's time for this one, that'll be another show.
Another show?
Yeah. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God.
Fire hazard. All right.
Oh, we're back.
I'm gonna say some of that could have been staged a little differently.
No one's been drinking yet, so we're all going. It's a new
This is my favorite sound in the whole wide world. My mic up. That. The smell. Beautiful. Okay, so these obviously aren't.
Wait. Shit. Here we go.
So this is not going on YouTube. Got it. This old potty mouth McGee over there.
We're doing great. Look at that.
These are known as sifters. Sorry, it's a little bit heavier or pour than I should have done.
No such thing.
These are known as. Oh, look at that! Look at that!
Ooh.
Yeah. Let's just hold on that for a second.
So this is sifters. These are meant for tasting whiskey and scotch, bourbon, all that kind of stuff. You'll notice they have a very cylinder edge. I'll explain more of that why. The logo's on there. That's the Glenfiddich logo. And then that's my friends over there at the Scotch Test Dummies. You can find them. It's just a couple of guys at their house that started reviewing whiskey just as a fun thing to do on a Friday night. And now it's led. I think they have a ton of subscribers, ton of video content. They're working on doing tours and different things. So they're doing some really cool stuff over there. Scotch Test Dummies, great name. They sent me a little glass a long time ago. So the reason why, back on my camera, the reason why it's beveled is so you want to get as much down here as possible, but you want all the scent to come out so that when you're sniffing it, again, this is a 101. When you're sniffing it, there's a couple ways to do it. You want to go ahead and grab your glass wine.
Wait. Try that. Hold on. And say that again.
Go ahead and grab your glass wine. Ooh, yeah. There we go. So you want to get on the nose. Don't want to bury your nose in it. You can it can affect your sense of smell. So I'm gonna go on the nose, but not in it. And I usually keep my mouth a little bit open, not all the way, just a little bit open to get airflow in there, and then just.
There, Sarah's with her tea behind you.
Yeah, nice, Sarah. Are you getting those jasmine notes? So here you should be getting a little bit of caramel, a little bit of honey orange, some vanilla notes.
So if you talk a little bit, I'm gonna just force you to push out a little bit.
Okay. So yeah, so that's how that'll work. So after a while, so now most people when they take their first sip, they want to go like a big swig. You don't want to do that. What you want to do is take a small sip, just a drop, just enough to wet the palate.
Oh.
Yeah. Or the whistle, however you want to say it. And so you still wait for that because I haven't gotten the mint. Apparently there's mint. I'm on their website right now. It says that there's mint, and I haven't gotten the mint yet.
So I got the settings on his shot.
Dark.
And he's a little dark. Okay, so I'll go to his 2-shot while y'all do this, and
Okay.
then I'll just keep messing with it. Okay, go for it.
I haven't gotten the mint yet, so let's go ahead and take our first sip again. Just enough to wet the whistle. And then let it sit. It should burn. that is telling your mouth, hey, there's poison. You're putting poison in your body. Why are you putting poison in your body? Don't do that. But you go, no, it's okay.
Let it happen.
Let it happen.
You don't know better than I.
Yeah, you don't know better than me,
So
body.
go back for your first sip, Lime. Let me get that on this.
Whoa! The uptight shot. There is.
It's our creative shot. It's
There
our
are some
creative shot. There's
lineage
nothing
on
wrong with
that.
art.
There is some things on his screen. Ready to hit display on that?
Teach me.
How to
Teach
stay
me how to do
alive.
Okay, go for your first sip. The drinking poison thing? Yeah. Go for it.
Poison.
Yeah, there you go. So there's your little bit of mouth burn. And that just kind of gets your, hey, warming up the car. I'm getting in. I'm de-icing.
You don't want to go
de-icing
from
the
0 to
windows.
100.
Yeah, getting ready to go here, and then you can take a bigger sip.
Lime's face.
I like to let mine sit for a bit. So what you should be getting from this is a little bit of brown sugar,
Okay.
vanilla, toffee, light amount of oak and rye spice. I mean, any bourbon you're gonna have oak because this has probably been oak anywhere from 8 to 10 years plus. So that's also one of the cool things I like about whiskey and bourbon and scotch and all those brands is that they spend so much time, effort, and energy getting the spirit out. So to get to this, essentially to make what we see here, you start off the way that you would start making beer. You get, your components, your wheat, barley, all the different stuff that you would make. Your mash grain, essentially. You'd add boiling water. You'd make the whole thing. You'd make your tea. And what they do with beer they put it off, add flavoring to it, and they put it off to do a thing, and then it sits and carbonates, and you pour it out. But
Right.
with the alcohol, with whiskey, what they do is after it ferments, they don't bottle it and carbonate it. They take it and they burn off the alcohol. So the alcohol then goes into, you've seen all these little pictures of these copper stills. They put them in these copper stills, and depending on the height of the still, will tell you how much oiliness, how much the flavor profile comes from the way that you dry out your barley, your wheat. So in areas of like the Space side of Scotland, which is where a lot of your sweeter stuff comes from. But in the Islay, which is on the western shore, they have a lot of seawater that rushes into the salt. So they use actually giant chunks of their like clay to burn and roast and to cook and warm. But all that iodine from the seawater gets into the soil, and so the iodine, the salt, that smoke gets into their barley, which is why most Islay scotches are really peaty. Peat is that smoke flavor.
Okay.
So not every scotch will have peat, but you'll always get that oak or that burn, and that's because the way that they age the spirit is they put it into barrels. I haven't heard of any other way to do it. I think by law in Scotland and here in the U.S.
Spell that again. Keep talking.
Dear God. By law in Scotland and the U.S., they have to be barrel aged. So I know there's other people who do like shortcuts and they'll infuse wood into it. Meaning by that, they'll either like pressure force it to go through wood to give it that wood flavor. But for most whiskey, bourbon, and Scotch, Irish whiskey as well, they've all set through a barrel, meaning that they fire roast the barrel. So you've seen some that say double char. What that means is they char them once, and that fire opens up the wood on the inside. Also gives it the color.
Ah, interesting. Well, what gives it the name Buffalo Trace?
So Buffalo Trace came from, this is one of the older, this is actually a very hard bottle to find. The reason why it's so hard to find is because it's really, really good and it's really, really cheap. As far as a bourbon goes, it's like $30 a bottle.
Wow.
Which could make
Where do they sell it?
Anywhere and everywhere. They just run out all the time because people come in, they'll buy like 4 or 5 cases of it. And it's like their everyday bourbon, everyday scotch, everyday bourbon, not scotch, bourbon. But it's really hard to find. So if you ever see a bottle, grab it. I'll buy it from you, or anyone online. You see a lot of people who buy them and sell them online for a markup. That's a big industry. Guys will buy cases and cases and cases. You heard a story about a guy in the UK who every year on his birthday got a bottle of 18 with his date of birth on there. And he ended up selling like 20 years of bottles that he never opened, and that's how he bought his house. So, kind of tells you the value of whiskey as it grows. So anyway, so that's where the color comes from. It as it sits in that barrel, and the air gets to it. The weather changes around it. Most barrels are kept outdoors, so the heat when it's summertime, it'll expand. And air gets in and fluid gets in, and then when it gets cold, it shuts up. So the fluid actually gets like pushed out. So in and out over the course of the year is how it grows. The cool part is you'll open up a barrel, and there could be no color. It could be pure white.
Interesting.
You'll open a barrel, and it could be 10 times darker than this. Wow. So what they go off of is the taste. Is it pretty? Is the flavor there? Is it all there? And then they put it into a giant mash bill, and the colors kind of even out.
Oh, gotcha. So
places, no places that I would recommend, but some places add coloring to make sure the color's perfect. I don't agree with that, but some places do it, and if it tastes good, have fun. But most of the time, they just compare barrels and get it all together, and that's what there's an actual guy, and his only job is to walk around with what he calls a copper dog, and he dips them into a barrel, pulls it out, puts a drop on his hands, and then you can actually do it now. So make sure your hands are clean. So do this first. Get the heat. That purifies your hands. Yep. Now, just do a drop. There you go. Just a drop.
There you go.
And the same thing, rub them together, fast.
Oh.
Warm it up. Now you can get those aromas
Oh, wow.
of what's going to be in the barrel.
Okay, you know what this reminds me of?
Huh?
Parks and Rec.
Oh.
What part?
Have you seen when they all do the bachelor parties and they have they go to Tom Haverford's bar and like was it Ron Swanson gets a spray of whiskey on his hands?
Foam. Yeah, it's foam. Can I have mine in liquid form, please? Yeah. So what that does is it prevents that guy from having to have basically 100 shots of scotch a day. You can't obviously do that. So he does the drop hands, and he goes ready, not ready, ready, not ready, and then they also they stamp and label every barrel. So he knows, hey, this one has hit 6 years or 4 years or 8 years. Now I need to keep my eye on it. Is it ready? Is it going? Is it there? Is it not there?
That's somebody's whole job.
Whole job.
Wow. How much do you think they get paid for that?
A lot, because they're responsible for the way that this spirit comes out year after year, keeping the consistency, keeping it there. Usually, that person has done that job. They've been at that company for 15, 20 years.
I want to try some.
It's a very
what I really want is
specialized
coffee,
skill.
but I want to try some. Can I try some? Okay. Bring it on down, Sarah. We're gonna switch. I want to try it.
Oh, yeah, we can switch.
Yeah. So do that first. Clean your hands. Hard, so just really hot. Hot.
This is what I need to do when it's cold outside.
Yeah. And then just do a drop on your hands. There's your fresh glass right there. A drop on your hands.
Just a little
drop. You want to make sure your hands not tilted and fall on the floor.
Okay.
Just a drop. There you go. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's fine. That's fine. You're good. So now you can start rubbing that in. Rub that in. And rub until it all goes away. Rub. You don't want to get on the mic.
Not even close.
You have to rub for a while. Keep going.
You know, this is something as a pregnant person I could do.
You could
My
do.
husband will come home and be like, well, what did you do today? Why do you reek of whiskey?
Yeah. This is something like if you're pregnant, if you're whatever you want to like, hey, I want to experience what this tastes like.
Wow.
You get
Oh my god.
the notes, you get all of that without having to actually drink the alcohol.
Actually, that'll really impress him next time we go out. I'm gonna say I'm ordering the what's this called? Buffalo Trace. But hold on, waiter. Can you just
Pour some in my hands. I'll have you know, they will look
Could
at
you
you funny if you do that. They will look at
Telling
you
a
weird.
waiter to
Yeah.
put a little drop in your hands before they serve it to you and be like, what the heck?
Okay, so now I'm doing this, Josh, and my hands are sticky. What does that mean?
Just keep rubbing. That's fine.
I'm
So
gonna try
now,
it. Oh, there's only half
small,
left right now.
small baby sip. Small baby sip.
Pinkies out. Do we do pinkies out?
Pinkies out, of course. Classy.
Here's
small.
Let's do this, Sean. Okay, pinkies out.
Small baby sip.
Okay, hold on.
Classy, bougie,
That
fancy.
amber color. Okay, so is this the drippings are called the legs?
So it's like a wine, yeah. And some people can gauge like
What does that
it.
tell us?
Tells you how much there's alcohol in there.
So will
So-
I impress all my friends if I like, splash it in my hands, smell it, have everybody at the party smell my hands, this is what it smells like, and then I'm like, this is aged for a long time.
I think what I have done before, I'm not really proud of this. What I've done before is I've known what I was going to order before I got to a place, because people expect me to like
Yeah, you
know all
need
the
to be
stuff.
on it.
And so I've been like, I want to try something new tonight. But I already knew what I was going to order. And I'm like, I'm going to go with the Glenfiddich 14. That looks
Yeah.
great. So it comes out. I'm like, man, that looks like it's aged for what 6-7 years. And
Oh my god.
and I just gave the whole spiel, and they're like, "Oh my!" And one guy goes, "No effing way, no effing way." Like, he's right. He's right.
We should not be recording this. All your
Yeah.
secrets out.
Yeah, out. Yeah.
No, come on.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Wait, I haven't taken my sip.
Okay,
But
so-
yes, go for it.
Oh, you take a sip?
No, go for it.
No, I want her question. Now I'm dying to hear Sarah's question.
Okay, so Fred loves Blanton's,
Mm-hmm.
and so I can't remember if I have had Blanton's before or not, because he only started kind of trying it while I've been pregnant. So when we go when he orders it or something, a lot of times it's kind of expensive, but it's not expensive to buy in the bottle because apparently it's like not that expensive of a whiskey, but it's really good. It's just really rare. Is that
Yep.
true?
Yeah, so Blanton's, they make so it's the same distillery, by the way, that make both Blanton's
Okay.
and Buffalo Trace. Blanton's is phenomenal, a little heavier, like it has a little bit bolder flavor. It has more harsher on the palate. It's for the seasoned veteran. I have a video of Josh Reeder trying, which no one knows who that is. It doesn't
Josh
matter.
Reeder, we love Josh
yeah,
Reeder.
good friend of mine, trying Blanton's for the first time and going, yeah. So
Was that across over at Twigs?
no, that was
That was another
that was
time.
a look, yeah.
No, Fred loves it over just like a little ice ball,
Yeah, so yeah.
and it smells delicious.
It is. It's phenomenal. So you're right. It's the same problem they have. They only make Blanton's like seasonal. So this is made year round. It's just really cheap, and so it goes. Same thing happens with Blanton's. People because it's a lower price point, but a phenomenal taste. Meaning this should be twice as expensive than it is. People will buy cases of it.
It's like
So-
apparently very hard to find.
Which is why
I hear.
at a restaurant they mark up. So normally they mark up like 3 times what it would cost. So if you're thinking about, hey, I'm going to go and order something, what did it cost at a restaurant? Think about how much the bottle costs, divide that into ounces, and then multiply that by 3. And that's what it would cost. Usually that's why I very rarely drink out. Because I'm like, I have your hands stink now.
I'm dying to try
I'm not
a
sure what you've been rubbing.
Blanton's,
I haven't.
like a
No,
cup of Blanton's, but
It just smells sour now.
Well, there's a lot of
I
sour.
washed my hands before this.
Yeah, there's a lot of sour notes.
notes.
Yeah.
It just smells kind of like
Yeah.
dog piss.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's dog piss. That's not what I would go back with Buffalo
First
Trace.
sip, ready?
Small sip.
Small sip, but we've got the tight shot.
It's
Okay.
gonna burn. It's gonna burn a little
Is
bit.
it really?
Yep.
Small sip.
Small
little
sip.
tiny baby sip.
Just wet the whistle. So That sip is getting your palate ready. It's saying, hey, there's alcohol coming. There's alcohol coming. Get ready. Get ready for alcohol. And then now take a bigger sip. And you're
My
going to
mouth is cold. Is that normal?
Yeah, totally fine. Totally fine. You're okay.
No?
I was expecting my mouth to be warm after a sip of whiskey.
So then when you take your next sip, it's a full like,
real
mouth.
sip.
Like, and then let it sit for a second.
Okay. In the chest.
No. Well, you can't let it sit unless you have great control. You can't let it sit in your chest. Let it sit in your mouth for a second.
Don't let it drop into the rest of your
Yeah,
body.
just hold it in between these two sphincters right here.
Keep it in your esophagus for at least 30 seconds.
Yeah.
When you taste something you don't taste in your chest? No? Okay. This is me? Okay, got
I
it.
think it's
Ready?
Okay, here we go. Okay.
Then big.
I know what I'm expecting now. The reaction is not going to be so horrifying.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
I know what I'm expecting.
You'll feel the warmth as it goes
So I'm
down.
not like taking a shot. I'm just sipping it.
Yeah, don't drink the whole thing.
No.
Like this. So like I have this much.
What happens if I want to drink coffee after this? Am I going to be?
You're fine.
I'm fine. Okay.
fine, yeah.
It's not going to mess up my coffee.
You can mix whiskey and coffee, no problem.
There's Mr. Hart. And what are the words of whiskey for the day, Josh?
I don't know.
Ooh! Did not look pleasant.
It is my chest. It's in my chest. You don't feel the burn in your chest. You don't feel that in your chest, Mom? It just like knocks the shit out of you.
No.
It hit me hard right here. I was not expecting that.
I'm only laughing because you're like, okay, I know what to expect now. I know what to expect now. It's not gonna get me again. It's not gonna.
No, it's just burning.
Yeah, but the
Is
warmth.
that? Yeah, okay,
That's
now
good.
I'm not cold.
They're cold. Yeah, you want to feel the warmth. That's what I like about cold days like today, and a great bourbon is the warmth.
But this is whiskey.
This is bourbon.
Oh, wait, what? What's the difference between whiskey and bourbon?
This-
Oh, I thought this
Time
was
spent,
show title is a
spent,
lie?
time spent in the
Was
barrel.
I
So
even watching
there's-
the episode?
there's
You guys already
whiskey-
covered this?
No, there's
Okay.
whiskey, there's bourbon, there's scotch. To be called whiskey, it has to, this is weird, touch wood
Oh, in a barrel.
in a barrel. It's a touch wood.
Well, where else would it be in?
Well, you could make moonshine, which would be in a still, come out of the shell, put it in a glass jar, and sell it. That's moonshine. But for it to be called whiskey, it has to touch wood. So you'll get people who get creative, and they'll do like a giant vat of basically
What's a vat?
a giant cylinder. A giant cylinder of clear spirit that would be considered whiskey, and they'll put wood chips in it, or they'll have a drain pipe that is made of wood.
And that's what makes it brown?
No, then they add coloring and flavoring to it.
I'm asking you the dumbest question.
No, you're
I'm
fine.
sorry, I don't know.
So, but that would be considered by Texas whiskey. Bourbon, it has to be in there for at least 4 years. 4 years? Most of them do 6 or 8, but it has to be at least, I want to say 4 years. Scotch, same thing. Has to sit in the barrel for at least
Come on.
either 4.
Google
it's
it. Google it.
Been a while. I want to say it's also like 4 or 6. But
My hands smell like urine.
that's not great.
It's
There we go.
like
How
after
long-
smell of the whiskey in your hands. Smell your hands. Smell.
I don't smell anything. I think you put too much in your hand.
You put a lot in your hands. Yeah, you put a lot in your hands. So
just
yeah,
sour smell.
so it has to sit there for at least 3 years. I was
3
at
years
least
is a scotch.
But most common scotches are 8, 10, 12, 15, 20, you know, so on and so forth.
Third sip and final sip, and it's not going to get me this time because I know what to
Here we go.
expect now. Okay? I know there's going to be a burning in my chest. It's going to be intense. We're good. Go to this shot. Yep. It is really pretty.
It is.
And then I smell it.
You don't have to. You can just drink it.
Just drink it.
Yeah. You did a small sip that time.
It's like sour on the tip of the tongue. Is that just a whiskey?
Well, it's not that strong as far as bourbons go. It's only
It's just
45
so
proof.
here's the experience. Really, really like this, like powerful in the tip of the tongue, right? Then it hits the back, and then it's like fire. And then it's like fire.
I guess.
And then it goes all the way down, and it's like super fire, like smoldering, scorching in your chest. That is the experience. I don't taste any flavor. Is there flavor?
There's flavor.
No, there isn't.
I have never experienced that. I love the reaction. I've never had that experience. So my first whiskey experience, like most people, we'll say when I was 21. When I was 21, was doing like Jack and Cokes.
Well, this is straight whiskey though.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think drinking Jack and Cokes or Cranberry and Crown like gets you used to the alcohol flavor and taste, so that when you do go neat, when you do go straight, you're used to it.
What is neat?
Neat was what you're having right now. No rocks. So ice would help. Water.
Yeah.
If you had any water here, that would help.
Yeah.
Do you have any water here?
No.
So water, if you do like drops of water into it, it opens up the flavor.
I really want to try the flavor.
So if we could find
I'll go get some water.
I'll
I'll be back.
Okay, we're right back.
I used to do Jack and vanilla Coke.
What was that?
I used to do Jack and vanilla Coke.
Oh yeah. Crown and Cranberry is phenomenal. Everyone like goes, huh? But it's phenomenal. I'm getting beat up by Ashley here. Hold on one second. Although that was a little bit wheels off, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I am Josh Hart here with Words of Whiskey, Whiskey 101. We did Buffalo Trace. We learned a lot of things, I think. We had a lot of fun, I think. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'll talk to you soon.
You don't understand. You don't.
And you can come back to your stuff after you've done the dragon.